Coming up, enhancing South Dakota's Move Over law, what you need to know before hitting the road.
And COVID-19 put many events on hold, but one couple moved ahead with their wedding plans. The changes they made to keep their special day. Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
There are new changes to South Dakota's Move Over law. Drivers in South Dakota have always had to move over for emergency vehicles with flashing amber lights.
Now it has been changed to include traffic to also move over for authorized vehicles that are using a blue light.
It's important to follow these laws because you don't know what's going on there. You don't know what that person's going to do. Are they going to get out of their car and step out?
Additionally, if a driver fails to move over and causes a crash with an emergency vehicle, it is now a Class 1 misdemeanor. You can also expect a fine of nearly $300. Other new laws also went into effect Wednesday, including Senate Bill 2. Now, a simple number will be able to provide resources for the entire state of South Dakota.
The HELPLINE Center provided several communities with support for financial, family, mental health, or disaster-related situations. Over the years, the organization has been expanding, and after the passing of this bill, the whole state will be covered. But the staff will still remain in Sioux Falls.
Staffing a 24/7 crisis line is, all of our staff are trained specialists, and so that is right now for cost savings, it makes sense for one centralized location.
To learn how 211 localizes your resources when you call, go to this KELOLAND.com original. School is in session for the new superintendent in Sioux Falls. Wednesday was Jane Stavum's first day. Right now she's getting acquainted with people and schools in the district.
One of her first priorities is planning for the beginning of school, which will see students actually back in the buildings for the first time since spring due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
One of the difficult things is still having some degree of unknowns with, what is that going to look like by the time August gets here, and what does that look like, 2 months in and half a year in.
Stavum was previously a school district superintendent in Washington. Her predecessor, Brian Maher, is set to become the CEO and executive director of the South Dakota Board of Regents. Well, turning to weather now, the heat is looking like it's going to stick around.
Let's find out how long this stretch of heat will last with meteorologist Scott Munt.
Oh, it looks like for the next week, maybe a week and a half. We are, after all, our hottest time of the year in July now, where the average high in Sioux Falls is 84. That slowly starts to go down once we get into August. Our temperatures today will be close to 90 degrees, and you know what? We'll stay there for the next several days. We'll also have high humidity. We'll have to watch for shower and thunderstorm chances later today in the western and central South Dakota. More details on the KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast with Brian Karsten is coming up.
Thanks, Scott. With the July 3rd celebration only 2 days away, towns in the Black Hills like Hill City are preparing for visitors from all over. The town is just over 10 miles from Mount Rushmore.
The Hill City Monument Health Clinic urges folks to remember the health precautions since the pandemic began months ago.
Yes, we encourage the use of masks, especially if you're in larger groups, like will be occurring at the Mount Rushmore this Friday. But yeah, I think that so much of this people have kind of heard time and time again, and all we're doing is just reinforcing the importance of it to keep the numbers down.
Businesses in Hill City like Alpine Inn are taking several health precautions to keep their staff and customers safe.
And setting up the fireworks for Friday night takes a little more maneuvering than some displays. A high-line system is being used to move fireworks from the ground to the top of Mount Rushmore.
If you didn't get a ticket to Mount Rushmore, you'll want to stay with KELOLAND Media Group. Our live coverage begins tomorrow on KELOLAND This Morning.
When President Trump arrives, we will have news crews at Ellsworth Air Force Base and at the National Memorial. You'll be able to watch live as the president touches down in South Dakota and when he speaks at Mount Rushmore. We will also carry the fireworks live on KELOLAND TV and right here on KELOLAND.com. Our Independence Day coverage continues on the 4th with some local favorites. Saturday morning, we'll take you to Lenox for the 4th of July parade. We'll carry it live on KELOLAND.com beginning at 10:30.
Then on Saturday night, we will bring you the Sioux Falls Fireworks Show. That should begin around 10:15. A Sioux Falls couple celebrated a major life event, but not in the way they had planned.
That's right, Matt. Trey and Caitlin Waltner planned on getting married in a Sioux Falls church, but that plan changed because of the coronavirus. They decided to get married at Trey's family's farm near Freeman. Family and friends even decorated a hoop barn for the occasion.
We had joked about when we first got engaged having the wedding out at the farm, and just as a complete joke, and then we ended up having it there. So it truly did feel like it was meant to be.
Guests included immediate family, the bridal party, and their plus ones. The couple plans to hold a larger celebration in the future. Brian?
All right, as we turn to weather this morning, well, it is going to be another hot day and 90-degree weather, pretty common. Also, looking across the west here, a few marginal severe thunderstorms are possible. We'll keep an eye on that. As Futurecast is going to show here, we've got at least the ripening of the atmosphere there for some of that. And again, in the 7-day forecast, it's going to show up here as some chances of rain. There it is, as you see in Sioux Falls. Tomorrow, it's a 20% chance of a thunderstorm. Again, Saturday on Independence Day, it looks like the same type of thing. An evening thunderstorm can't be ruled out. And then we'll get into next week, and the cycle maybe gets a bit more active. So day parts are pretty hot, humid, and then we have the breeding grounds here for some thunderstorms and perhaps a little more of those nocturnal storms in the 7-day forecast. How about Aberdeen in the Northeast? It's about the same story. In fact, this is going to be a very typical theme in many areas where you're going to get these clusters of thunderstorms from time to time. So each one will come at us separately. The one tonight will mainly be in the west, and then by tomorrow morning there could be another round zipping around the Pier area. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on those things first. And then Rapid City in the west too, looking at Friday, Saturday, 20% chances of thunderstorms. High temperatures, upper 80s, low 90s. Guys?
Thanks, Brian, and thanks for joining us for KELOLAND on the Go. Be sure to join us on air for midday in KELOLAND.
Until then, you can get up to the minute developments right here on KELOLAND.com. Now go have a great day.